Hello and welcome to the Lowe's Motor Speedway here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are about to begin the Coca-Cola 600 here at Charlotte. Let me check to make sure I didn't already do this one. Okay then. Anyway, looks like one of my races, looks like the video got messed up or something. Looks like the file is corrupted, so hopefully it wasn't one that I really desperately needed, but knowing me, it probably is. Knowing my luck, I should say. But yeah, I'm lucky that me tabbing out a couple times didn't end the recording here, as we're about to come to the green flag here at Lowe's Motor Speedway for the first time with the installment of the safer barriers here at the track. Jeremy Mayfield is on pole as the green flag waves here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. The Coca-Cola 600 is underway. And through 1 and 2 for the first time out of turn 2. Contact already being made. Matt Kenta, Kurt Busch a little sideways off of turn 2. Here comes Chris Mack to the back bumper at 19 of Jeremy Mayfield. He's got Mark Martin on his outside, or his back bumper as well. Drivers choosing different lines to run here. Mayfield about got up into the outside wall. Is he going to lead the lap? I believe Chris Mack led that one just by a nose. But here comes Jeremy Mayfield right back down on the bottom. Chris Mack checked way up, entering the corner. Cars are up into the outside wall, and it's Mark Martin up against the wall. These drivers now have a lot more grip on the high side, we're no longer using the default track, so these drivers trying to run different lines and it's not working out too well. They're pushing it a little too hard up high, and now they're 3 wide through the tri-oval. Heading into turn 1, they settled it out back down to side by side. Mark Martin with right side damage after getting up into the wall. Contact Tony Stewart on his inside. They bounce off of each other. A little bit further back, 3 wide out of turn 2, and they still keep it straight for now. Heading down the backstretch once again. And into turn 3. Mark Martin into the outside wall again. Trouble. Greg Biffle sideways. They're wrecking everywhere down the front stretch here. Hard crash for Greg Biffle into the outside wall. Luckily we have the safer barriers, and a lot more get collected on the front straightaways. The caution comes out after most of the field crossed the start-finish line. No, they didn't cross the line by the time the yellow flag came out, so the caution is out right now after a pretty big crash. Chris Mack leads after under the yellow. And we're going to go back now and take a look at what all just took place here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Things got crazy. Oh man, they were... Oh, was that Greg Biffle and 41 of Casey Mears ran out of room. Casey was trying to get down to avoid the 30 who was up in against the outside wall. Clips the 16 up the track into the 30. Nothing that Johnny Sauter could do there. And then behind them, look at Elliott Sadler ran into Mark Martin, who was up against the wall as well. He spun it just about, trying to turn hard left. A lot of these guys getting sideways. They turn hard into the grass to avoid it. Greg Biffle driving away gets clipped by Ricky Craven and gets sent into the wall pretty hard with the right side, and then everyone coming out of the grass scattering here, just trying to keep it straight. And oh man, they barely missed the 41. Oh, here comes a few more huge hits for Mayfield, and then look at this. Ricky Craven barrel rolls once, twice, and lands back on his wheels. Man, they were wrecking everywhere. I didn't know where to look, but somehow missed Craven going over. Elliott Sadler into the back of Morgan Shefford late there, and a few more hits. They were still wrecking down the front straightaway. Ricky Craven Took a wild ride here. Let's watch this wreck from another angle. So yeah, look at them up into the outside wall, getting sideways here. Craven just right into the back of Biffle, and then, I mean, what was he doing? And then gets hit, not too hard, but hard enough to send him tumbling by Scott Riggs there. The rookie Riggs limps it away, trying to drive away from this. The hood all crunched in. Nose pushed in, I should say. The hood all bent up. Let's see what other angles we have here. Got this one. Absolute chaos here in the front straightaway. Start to this race has been absolutely insane. And they come wrecking into the frame here. And they wrecked all the way down the front straightaway here. Cars everywhere. But getting ready to go to a quick break. We'll get things going right after we get back here on Fox. And we are back here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway, getting ready to go green once again for the longest race of the season, the Coke 600 here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Chris Mack, your leader, after just 3 green flag laps here. We're 6 laps in now, coming to complete lap 6 this time. And he takes off the field right there behind him as he tries to pull away just a little bit. Whoa, sideways out of turn 2. Probably heard the tire squealing there. That's because of how loose he got. He's able to pull away from the rest of the field. They're back there side by side, holding each other up. That's Jeff Gordon. So on the bottom, he's going to take the spot away from Dale Jarrett. A lot of drivers trying to make the high side work here on these restarts, on these starts and restarts, but it's just not working out for them. As you see Casey Kane right up against the outside wall. Jimmie Johnson in the middle. Here comes Ryan Newman down on the bottom. The Rocket Man rocketing his way up to the front. He challenges Jeff Gordon for second place. And now here comes, that's the 8T and the Bobby Labonte underneath Newman. Newman in the middle lane, making it work. Gordon bounced off the outside wall. They are 3 wide through the tri-oval here, and the yellow flag is out once again. Oh man, look at the 98 of Typo 9 with damage on each end on that car. And we're gonna see what happened here. Oh, contact down the back straightaway to get stuck together, and into the outside wall goes Kevin LePage and Michael Waltrip. And I mean, they just kept wrecking all over the place. Oh, look at LePage upside down. Second flip of the day already. And we're just 8 laps in. Oh man, they were sliding in there as well. People coming in with way too much speed mid-corner. Trying to avoid, but just couldn't keep it under control. They were running over each other, turning each other and everything. Trying to slow themselves down. Jeff Green in the 43 was one of them. See him check up here. Gets down on the apron and it just slides on him. He goes up into the outside wall. Told us to 50, and oh man, tough break for them. Big hits late as well. Terry Labonte, Kirk Shelmerdine in the 72. All piling into it. And yet another yellow flag here today second of the day. We're going to be right back after this. And we're back here with a new leader after pit stops here to under caution. Jimmie Mayfield now leads Tony Stewart with heavy rear end damages in second. Ryan Newman's in third. We'll see if Stewart can hang on to it up front here and how long he'll last with that rear end being as torn up as it is. It's definitely going to make things a lot harder for him. But pace car making that left turn on the pit road. And here comes Jimmie Mayfield through the quad oval, and the green flag is out once again. Look at Kurt Busch further back to the inside of Bobby Labonte, making that move. Jeff Gordon gonna go down the block. Can't quite get all the way down there. Now he does. Look at Tony Stewart go side by side for the lead of Stewart. But will that damage hurt him? Doesn't have as much speed down the straightaways, but trying to get it to stay on the bottom as low as he possibly can get it to stay. Mayfield up into the outside wall. It's going to check him up big time. Tony Stewart's going to lead a lap with the rear end that is destroyed. And now here comes Jeff Gordon and Kurt Busch. Kevin Harvick making it 3 wide on the bottom. Here comes Kasey Kahne taking them 4 wide. The rookie Kasey Kahne on the bottom, 3 wide. Still 3. Now back down to 2. And Tony Stewart just trying to hold off the field. Man, what a crazy battle this is. Jimmie Mayfield. Oh, a lot of drivers pitting. Chris Mack does not see it coming. A big wreck off of turn 4. And the caution is going to come out. They're wrecking all over the place down the front straightaway. We saw this as an issue last season and was hoping it wouldn't be a problem here today. Fortunately, it is. Pit stops. A lack of communication, and Chris Mack, who led early on, is absolutely destroyed here as he tries to limp it out of the grass. And we're gonna go back and take a look at what just happened here. That came out of nowhere. Let's go on board with that 86. I mean, there was no warning. Absolutely nothing he could do and nowhere he could go. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was flying on the bottom there as well. Had a big run. And these drivers decided at the last second they needed to get on the pit road. I mean, that's Jimmie Mayfield in the 19. Bobby Labonte gets slowed down. I'm not sure if he was pitting or not. But right into the back of Labonte goes the 86 of Mack. Had no clue they were pitting. And look at the 21. Almost turns over as they piled into it. The 22, Scott Wimmer, has nowhere to go. And they fly through the grass to avoid it behind. Bobby Labonte, nothing he could do there. He was trying to get on the pit road behind Mayfield. And here comes Chris Mack. I mean, these guys are all checking up. Chris Mack with a huge run on the bottom. Doesn't realize what's happening until it's too late. Rubs against Jimmie Johnson, and then nothing he could do. But, I mean, there was absolutely no communication. They just, all of a sudden, I mean, this is NR 2003. It's not like spotters can tell each other when they're pitting, or they can use hand signals or anything. I mean, they can. Your spotter will tell you when someone's slow, but he doesn't tell you when someone's pitting. And that's just a tough break. Very unfortunate. It's not like an online race where you can say you're pitting in the chat, but I mean, there's no communication. And the fact that these guys get it to work sometimes, like during a long green flag run, is a miracle. But obviously when you're fresh off a restart like this and running full speed, pushing as hard as you can, you don't expect So in the pit, just all of a sudden, when they had all caution to do it, and poor Chris Mack had nowhere to go but right into the back of Bobby Labonte. It's a miracle that car is still going after all that. But look at the 21. We're going to go on board here with the 21 of Ricky Rudd. Sorry, I was adjusting the volume. Watch this. Just a big hit. Nowhere Rudd could go. And I'm going to mute myself for a second here as we look at a few more onboards. Alright, I am finally back after being muted for a few seconds. Apologize if you hear the fan in the background. Didn't mention that at the start of the video, but at this point we should know that I'm going to have a fan on. At least during the summer when I'm recording videos, so it really shouldn't be a surprise. But yeah, it's hot in here. Enough said. Kevin Harvick is your new leader, and that last wreck changed everything. Dale Jr., your Texas winner, taken out of it here. Chris Mack, your Riverside winner, had a strong run here, going here today. Was trying to work his way back up through the field after pit stops, a bad pit stop there under caution, and then got caught up in some mess that wasn't even his fault. It was a tough break all around, but coming to the green flag, and we're racing once again here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Kevin Harvick, your leader, but here comes Kasey Kahne, the young rookie right behind him. Kasey Kahne looking to finally win something here. He's had a few strong runs this season, but hasn't been very consistent as far as running inside the top 5. As he runs out in front here. And here comes Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon, the two more dominant drivers this season, right behind them. Harvick with the run off the high side holds off Kasey Kahne. Looks like the outside line might finally be building some momentum here, and the caution is out once again for Bobby Labonte, who seems to have absolutely torn it up here. No, not for Bobby. Alright, where? Oh, a wreck on the backstretch with McMurray and Matt Kenton. Just locked onto each other there, and into the wall they went. Pretty hard impact, I must say, as well. Luckily it was, well, not luckily, but they did have a cushion, so they didn't go right into the wall. Unfortunately, that cushion was poor Dale Jr. with nowhere to go, nothing he could do to avoid that. Just got sandwiched in between a couple of cars in the wall there. Man, the lights are so bright in that view. My goodness. Chris Mack somehow still out on track after that last incident. Just trying to collect some points here. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Hello and welcome back to Lowe's Motor Speedway after our fourth caution, I believe, of the day. Chris Mack still out on the track. Bobby Labonte is as well. Both cars with heavy damage. Chris Mack seems to have repaired it for the most part, or his crew seems to have repaired it for the most part, but look at Bobby Labonte's car. Yeah, those are obviously just out here to collect points. Chris Mack, the body work doesn't look too bad compared to what it once was, but the engine is obviously hurt. So he's just out here trying to collect a few points and go home. But not Jeremy Mayfield, he was the one that wrecked. Casey Kane is your leader after his teammate Jeremy Mayfield, the pole sitter, was taken out in that wreck. Labonte's back down pit road and the green flag is out once again here in Charlotte. So Chris Mack on the bottom. Let's watch him here. Field's gonna have to work their way past past that 86 as we come off of turn 2. And now down the backstretch once again. Look at these guys absolutely flying as they head down into turn 3 here. Chris Mack doing a great job of staying high and out of the way. Now off of turn 4. Under the bright lights here at Lowe's Motor Speedway here in Charlotte. Bright would be an understatement, because my goodness, I felt like I was going to go blind looking at that. Car into the outside wall. Is that Chris Mack? So the yellow flag is out. Car backwards on the racetrack here. And I believe that is Chris Mack. Yes, it is. And he's just going to pull it out of the racetrack and park it here. Yeah, he's done. Oh, and wrecking on the race back, it's Greg Biffle going around. Greg Biffle with a quick loop there. Spun it around. Got it going again. Let's take a look at what just happened to Chris Mack here. Oh, was there contact with Jeff Burton, or what happened? Let's go on board with that 86. Oh, Kyle Petty. Didn't realize Kyle Petty was down there or something. He just turned down into him. I think he was trying to get some grip. There's not really too much grip up next to the outside wall. I mean, there's grip up there, but not enough really to run there consistently. I think he was trying to arc it down to the middle. Kyle Petty was there. But obviously, you know, it's a tough break when you're a lap car trying to stay out of the way. And it's a multi-groove track, so you never know where anyone's going to go. In the case of Greg Biffle, they were 4 wide off of turn 4. Obviously, that wasn't going to work. Jamie McMurray gets more damage to the rear end of that car. And I believe another car hit the outside wall as well. So, getting ready to get things rolling once again here. I believe we were just under caution, but we missed the wreck, I believe. Let me confirm. I watched the pace car here. Yeah. Okay, I apologize for that. What happened was, I remember now. What happened right here was I clicked accelerate to skip through the yellow, but when I clicked it again, I think my mouse or something glitched. I don't know, but it didn't register my input until I clicked it a few times. So I missed a few green flag laps and I missed the wreck. So hopefully your favorite driver wasn't taken out in it, but at the moment it doesn't look like it. Jeremy Mayfield's still out on track. I don't know why I thought he wrecked out, but the green flag is back out. And I believe Casey Kane might have been taken out in that last incident, because I don't see him at all here. Wait, no, he's in the back. He's in 20th place. Yeah, so he must have pitted. Alright, thank goodness. I was worried a top contender might have been taken out, but looks like everyone's still in the race so far. Bobby Labonte still out on track with heavy front and rear end damage. I believe he's going to go back down pit road this time, so it shouldn't be an issue for the leaders, but I feel like sooner or later that's going to become a problem in this race. But as of right now, Kurt Busch in the 97, your leader, holding off Jimmie Johnson on the inside as they go side by side for the lead, and it looks like we might finally get a green flag run going here. So we've got a battle for the lead. Jimmie Johnson, the most dominant driver this season, and the winningest driver here in the series so far, even though it's only been a season and a half. But so far, the winningest driver in the series, Jimmie Johnson, side by side with Kurt Busch as he takes the lead. And now here comes Jeremy Mayfield behind Kurt. And Mayfield in the second. One car up in the outside wall. That's Michael Waltrip in the 15, rubbing against the wall. Straightens it back out for now. But now cars are diving down to the inside. That's the 0 of Ward Burton looking low there. Couldn't quite get there that time, but man, a lot of drivers trying to take advantage of every little mistake their competitors make. You saw Mark Martin get a little wide off of turn 4. Down the back straightaway once again. Waltrip dropping like a rock here. Something must be wrong with that car because he's just fading here. But Kurt Busch, meanwhile, looking back to the inside of Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie slides way wide through 3 and 4, but finds the grip mid-corner. Is going to slide up, tap the wall off of turn 4, but almost held off Kurt Busch there. And now here comes Ryan Newman into the picture as well. The 12 of Newman into the mix. Won a couple races last season. One of the few repeat winners in the series. Now Jimmie Johnson takes it 3 wide on the bottom. A little bit of contact made as they came off of turn 4. No big deal. They keep it straight. They're still 3 wide out of the quad oval. And now heading into turn 1, they're still 3 by 3. Now Kurt Busch has to back off. Ryan Newman slides up. Here comes Jeff Gordon into the picture. A 4-car race for the lead here in the longest race of the season. And Jeremy Mayfield back there, the pole sitter, He's back there lurking as well, slowly inching forward and getting closer to the top 4, but the 4 lead cars under a blanket here. They race for the lead. Kurt Busch following a little bit further behind. Ryan Newman takes the lead, but not going to have it for long. Here comes Jeff Gordon to his inside. Side by side off of turn 2. Here comes Kurt Busch with a run off of turn 2 as well, looking at taking third from Jimmie Johnson. Any of these 5 drivers could win it because Jeremy Mayfield is not too far behind. So I definitely wouldn't count him out. Mark Martin right there as well. Oh, up into the outside wall is Ryan Newman. Jimmie Johnson checked up for him, and now they're 3 wide down into turn 1 through the quad oval, the exit of the exit of the quad oval, and they're still going at it here. And all this hard battling is allowing everyone behind them to catch up. Jeff Gordon gets the outside wall, so did Ryan Newman. That's gonna allow Kurt Busch and Jimmie Johnson to get a little bit of space here as Kurt tries to build a bit of a lead now. And here comes Jimmie right behind them as well. They're going 164 through the corners. Jeff Gordon's in the outside wall, big time off of turn 2. Heading down the back straightaway. Kurt Busch, 186 into the third turn. But now here comes Jimmie Johnson underneath. Getting back up to speed, watching the speeds once again as these guys fly down the front straightaway into turn 1 for the 47th time today. 180 plus. Oh, look at Mayfield hitting the outside wall here. Cutting it a little too close to the outside wall. Doesn't hurt it too bad. Didn't hit it too hard, but it's definitely going to slow him down. He's got to rebuild some momentum here. He's running wide once again. He might get that outside wall a second time. He does off of turn 4. Just a slight brush, but has some right side damage from that now. Ryan Newman back to the inside of Jimmie Johnson here. And unfortunately, we have to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this here on Fox. And we are back. And the battle for the lead has not slowed down one bit. Jeff Gordon has fallen 2 seconds behind. He's battling with Mark Martin for 4th place here. Robbie Gordon coming up into the mix. Sterling Marlin, Casey Kane, and Jeremy Mayfield. The Evernham cars side by side, but the top 3 are gone here. They have pulled away, and they are still under a blanket as we hit lap 56 this time by. And Jimmie Johnson leads the 3. Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch right there battling for 2nd now. Side by side off of turn 2. Kurt has no draft help down the back straightaway, but looking to keep his nose in there. He's going to take the spot, or at least try to, through 3 and 4. Gets a little tight underneath Ryan Newman. Side by side, Newman's going to hit the wall, and that's going to allow Kurt Busch to pull away. Kurt clears him, but Newman coming right back with a big run through 1 and 2. Man, this has been some crazy racing here. And Newman going to try to do the same thing Kurt did to him last lap. Can Kurt hold him off? Newman couldn't clear, or couldn't stay beside the 97. Kurt clears him, and now we've got lap traffic coming up. It's the 77 of Brendan Gaughan. Heavy damage to the front end of that machine. And he's going to check up Jimmie Johnson. Here comes Kurt Busch underneath. Jimmie turns hard left. Tried to get back down to the bottom. Got loose. Slid up. And now all 3 nose to tail here. Down the back straightaway. Because Kurt Busch had to check up for Jimmie Johnson. And now here comes Ryan Newman. Jimmie slides high. Here comes Kurt. Here comes Newman. Kurt Busch pulls to the inside, heading into turn 1. Side by side for the lead once again. And we got more lap traffic. And cars with heavy damage. Greg Biffle has pretty much seen it all in this race. And now trying to stay up out of the way of his teammate, but didn't do quite a good job of that. He stayed committed to the middle line throughout the entire corner. Kurt dove down to the bottom and slid up. And he does it once again. Man, Kurt's car not holding the bottom line too well. A lot of drivers driving it in way too deep, but Kurt just trying to hold the bottom here, and it's not sticking at all. Jimmie Johnson on the low side. These drivers like to run the middle lane rather than the bottom, so maybe some grip issues with the low side of the racetrack, or drivers just struggling to keep it straight down there. But yeah, they either, here comes Ryan Newman on the bottom. They either take the middle lane or they drive low and slide up to the middle. Something I'm noticing here. Very interesting. We are halfway through this event now. And usually this will be about the point in my videos where we hit 30 to go, 20 to go maybe, depending on the length of the race. Super speedway races don't even last this length, so be interesting to see how this plays out, but we're getting down to the end now. Jimmie Johnson trying to pull away just a little bit here as things start to calm down, and we will have to make a few green flag pit stops here. And I'm going to have to mute myself for a few seconds here until we hit the funny lap. So John Andretti, the last car on the racetrack that isn't doing what Bobby Labonte is doing, got all the way up the racetrack and almost into the outside wall. We are approaching the funny lap, and look at this big group of cars, 3 wide down the front straightaway. This looks like a plate track almost. A huge gaggle of cars. I mean, that's 5 cars right under a blanket, literally. I mean, they were right there, looking like a race at Talladega or Daytona. I mean, they were bunched up, and here comes Robbie Gordon once again. Robbie trying to get his way up there, using the draft to his advantage. He fell back a little bit earlier, but now he's right back up into the mix, and there's a lap car coming up, so things might get crazy here. Casey Kane and Jeff Gordon, where are they gonna go? John Andretti stays high. Gordon went high to try to pass Kane, but now it's going to get held up by the 1. The 19 stuck back there as well, and they finally sort that out. Meanwhile, your leaders, top 3, still making moves, and the rest of the field 5 seconds back. So I mean, they're opening the gap while they do this. That just shows how fast, how strong these cars are. And And here comes Kevin Harvick and another car further up. That's Jeff Burton. So they're gonna have to deal with a lot of lap traffic here, as well as the green flag pit stops coming up. And once we hit the funny lap, we'll have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back after that. So we're on the funny lap now. Who is gonna lead it side by side for the lead of the funny lap? Coming to the complete lap 69 here. The funny lap is about to come to an end, and they're still going all out for it. Side by side, Kurt Busch gonna get a good run off of turn 4, because these guys are battling hard for it. Side by side, Ryan Newman is gonna edge out Jimmie Johnson at the line. And Ryan Newman leads the funny lap. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just about maybe 3 seconds for you. But right after this. And we are back here on FS1. Kurt Busch, I believe, went down pit road, which means green flag pit stops are about to start, unless he has some sort of an issue with the car. But I think he just pitted. Yeah, that makes sense. He's no longer on the lead lap, and he's absolutely flying around this racetrack. Meanwhile, Jimmie Johnson and Ryan Newman are still out there. They're still battling pretty hard for the lead here. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Inside of Brendan Gaughan. Tell you what, these lap cars are doing a great job of staying out of the way, and right as I even open my mouth to say that, I see Scott Wimmer and Rusty Wallace side by side, right in front of our leaders here. The leaders will catch them at any second now. And look at this, John Andretti holding up the 2, so that just single file things out a little bit right there. Whoa, Jimmie. Saw a puff of smoke come from the tires there, and John Andretti is up in the outside wall. I think he got a little bit too high on the track there as he tried to get out of the way of the leaders. Scott Wimmer gives Jimmie a lane. Ryan Newman gonna go through as well. Battle for the lead isn't being too heavily affected by lap traffic, but your leaders still haven't come in yet, so Kurt Busch may have pitted a bit early. Might have had a problem with the car, but I thought green flag pit stops were coming up for sure. A 9-second gap over third place. That is absolutely insane. A few cars coming out of pit road right now, so that does indicate that green flag pit stops are coming up. I believe they're going to start this time. Green flag pit stops, maybe? Neither of them coming in. You get both of them are coming in. Okay, never mind then. So now, where's Kurt Busch in all of this? Will his short pitting strategy work? These drivers still have another pit stop to make later on in this event. So we'll see if this works in the long run. But Kurt Busch, a lap down, gets a lap back right here. Newman and Johnson still getting service on pit road right now. Newman is out of his box. Here comes Jimmie. He's gonna beat him out of pit road. He beats him off pit road, but now where are they gonna cycle out at? Remember, they have to stay on the apron as to get back up onto the racetrack and up the speed. And here comes Kurt Busch with a big run through 3 and 4, or excuse me, 1 and 2. Slid it sideways, and he's not even going to be anywhere near Johnson or Newman. But he's got a lot of traffic in front of him here. Never mind, most of them just pitted. And maybe Kurt was 2 laps down, because they're still showing him a lap down. But Jimmie Johnson beats Ryan Newman off pit road and gets way out ahead. Your leader is currently Sterling Marlin. Mark Martin is second, coming down pit road this time. Sterling Marlin, driver that didn't even get the run last season. And now is here, leading. They're in green flag pit stops, and I believe it's going to come in this time. So that's going to end this green flag pit cycle. Cars are everywhere here off of turn 4. So this should hand the lead over to Rusty Wallace, I believe. Unless Rusty pitted that time as well. He's coming in now. So this, now that things cycle out a bit here, this should put Jimmie Johnson back out in front. So far in this race, we've had a pretty nice, long, clean green flag run. Ryan Newman within a second of Jimmie. Johnson pulling away from Ryan Newman, but has a lot of lap traffic in front of him. So things could change pretty quickly here. And considering how long that last green flag run was, or that last run was before they pitted, would it surprise us to see someone try to stretch it as Ryan Newman has fallen way back? Because I believe he got up into the outside wall through 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, excuse me. And maybe even in 1 and 2. But now Jimmie Johnson is the dominant car here today. And he has no competition. Newman's struggling. Tony Stewart goes by, and now here comes Kurt Busch to take second from him. Ryan Newman with some sort of an issue, falling back, and here comes Kurt up to P2. And unfortunately, we're going to have to take another quick break. We'll be right back after this for the finish of the Coke 600 here at Lowe's Motor Speedway on Fox. And we are back here at Lowe's. Jimmie Johnson seems to be closing in on yet another victory here this season. They are 3 wide in front of him. Man, this battle has been insane all race. And somehow Sterling Marlin is actually in 4th place right now. Not sure how he ended up there, but he's there now. Robbie Gordon, Mark Martin battling for P5, and then behind them, 3-car battle, the Ray Abraham cars up against the 24 of Jeff Gordon, and here comes Jimmie Johnson underneath, the race leader. He could be a little bit more patient, but chooses to take him 3. I mean, he's got 6 seconds to work with here, but doesn't want to waste any time, I guess. And now the lap cars are racing Jimmie. 19 of Jeremy Mayfield racing hard, trying to stay out in front of the 2 cars behind him here. I don't believe he wants to race the leader this way, but kind of has to if he pulls over and lets Jimmie go, or checks up to avoid passing Jimmie, then the 2 behind them would catch. So Jimmie Johnson really has, or Jeremy Mayfield really has no choice but to challenge that 48 and try to pass him when he gets the run. But man, Jimmie just got held up big time there. That's not what he needed. He could have been a little more patient in passing those guys, or just right behind. But man, he knows he's faster. It's gotta be frustrating to have lap cars battling and being right up in the mix. Bobby Labonte still out on the track, going in and out of pit road, stuck in that endless loop, that cycle, that glitch with the game. Look at Tony Stewart with his rear end all torn up, and he is inside of the top 10. So is Dale Jarrett. Both of these drivers a lap down in the top 10. And that just shows the dominance of Jimmie Johnson here today. He's been lapping pretty much everybody, as he's trying to lap a few more. He's trying to lap 8th, 7th, and 6th, and they're giving him a hard time because they're in the middle of a absolute dogfight with 20 to go. And now here comes Jimmie Johnson with another run, able to hold the bottom pretty well this time by. All over the back bumper of Kasey Kahne, and now gonna drive to the inside. Couldn't quite get there. Mayfield bounces off the wall. Jeff Gordon pulls away. Johnson all over the bumper of Kahne still, and now gets to his inside, slowly trying to pick his way through. Man, I'll tell you what, cars are absolutely everywhere here. Cars are everywhere. It's insane how crazy this battle is. And the fact that our leader is getting caught up in it, which I don't understand. I mean, he's got a 6, almost 7-second lead. Why is he risking being caught up in the wreck with these lap cars? I mean, I guess if he's behind them and they wreck, then there could be nowhere he could go. But still, he's racing them pretty hard, like, just for position. I just don't get it. Like, Jimmie, tone it back a bit. He's gonna arc it in, get another run through 1 and 2. Kasey Kahne follows him, and there's a car in the wall. That's the 30 of Johnny Sauter, a rookie. Just trying to stay high and out of the way. And once again, Kevin Harvick, Rusty Wallace side by side, and this is going to check everyone up off of turn 4 here. Jeff Gordon being held up by Kevin Harvick. That might have just decided things right there. But now the Evernham boys are side by side position here. Remember, these guys are teammates, so they don't want to wreck each other, but they're still going to race hard. man, Jeff Gordon not giving up yet. And that's a teammate to Jimmie Johnson, so he's going to try not to race Jimmie too hard as a lap car. But man, it's a tough position to be in because he also wants those spots. And Jeff takes his teammate 3 wide, but Kasey Kahne gets up into the outside wall. His teammate has to check up. And that's going to allow Jeff Gordon to get some space here. And through all of this, they've caught Ryan Newman, as Newman has some sort of an issue with the car, has slowed way down throughout this run, and is now going to lose a lap to Jimmie Johnson, who he was just battling for the lead with a handful of laps ago. He's going to lose a ton of spots as well here. Something is hurting that car, and he is just not anywhere near as fast. The whole 10-mile-an-hour difference as far as top speed is concerned. And Jimmie Johnson battling with his teammate Jeff Gordon. Jeff doesn't want to finish a lap down. Down the back straightaway. Into turn 3. Here comes Jeremy Mayfield once again. The right side all scraped up on that 19 machine, but he does not care. And he's all over the back bumper to 24. Jeff slides up a little bit, but not too much. Doesn't open the door for the 19. But Mayfield got a great run off of turn 2. Now looks to the inside of Jeff Gordon. Contact possibly being made here. They're 3 wide off of turn 4. Contact once again. Almost turned the 24. The 19 all over the back bumper of Jeff Gordon there. And if that was any closer, they would have locked and definitely would have sent the 24 through the grass. And now they're side by side once again here. Jeremy Mayfield giving it all he's got. As we go through 3 and 4 once again here, Jimmie Johnson has yet another run at it. It's lapped all the way up into the top 5. Mayfield has gotten his lap back, but now he's going to lose it once again. And here comes Kasey Kahne right back up into the mix as well with 10 laps to go here in the Coca-Cola 600. And this race has been a long one, I'll tell you that. It's been a whole hour here. Shows you how long these races can get sometimes, especially when it's the longest race of the season. An extra 100 miles. Here comes Jimmie Johnson on the high side once again. The final line behind his teammate Jeff Gordon gets the run off the high side that time and uses the draft to his advantage, pulls back to the inside of Jeff. Man, he's got to be sick of these lap cars at this point. We are nearing the end. And Jimmie finally gets by these guys. Probably not for long. Here comes Kasey Kahne with a massive run through 1 and 2. But Jimmie has lapped his way all the way up inside the top 5. Man, Jimmie Johnson absolutely flying here today. He's lapping everyone. Hendrick Motorsports continuing their dominance here. But man, look at this. Sterling Marlin is right there. Jimmie Johnson trying to lap as many people as possible here. Kurt Busch not too far back. Just coming off of turn 4 right now. Jimmie heading down into turn 1. 6-second difference. But Jimmie messing with those lap cars allowed Kurt to close in just a little bit. but he's gonna rebuild that gap now. So he's just that doggone fast as we come around. 5 laps to go this time by when we cross the line. Excuse me. And oh, Greg Biffle should make things easy. Just get up out of the way. Unless they catch him in the quad oval, that would have been the worst spot to catch him, but stays high and stays out of the way. Jeff Gordon being held up by the 16. Casey Kane using him as a pick. Jeremy Mayfield driving the way. Four laps to go for Jimmie Johnson. And Robbie Gordon must have pitted or something. Look at this. Mark Martin up into the outside wall. Going to lose a ton of speed. With our leader right behind. So Jimmie Johnson might even lap 4th place here today. He could possibly lap 3rd if he drives hard enough. I think he's trying to set a record or something. Most legitimate lap cars, not some wackiness. That would go to Bristol, where only 2, I think, maybe 3 cars finished on the lead lap, but it's because everyone wrecked. Jimmie Johnson trying to legitimately lap most of the field. But here comes Jeremy Mayfield back to his inside, trying to take a lap back. So we come to 2 laps to go here, this time by in the Coca-Cola 600. I think Mayfield might possibly want a chance to go race that 40, but I don't think he's going to get there. Because he's coming to 2 to go for himself right now. But Jimmie Johnson coming to the white flag. And if he passes that 19, then the race ends this lap for him. White flag in the air. One more time around for Jimmie Johnson. It's been more than an hour that this race has gone on for, but it's all about to come to an end right now. Side by side with Jeremy Mayfield once again. And Jimmy Jam through 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to come off of turn 4 and take the checkered flag here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. He wins the Coca-Cola 600 of 2004. Pretty clean race. I mean, aside from the start shenanigans, a pretty clean race here today. So thank goodness for the safer barriers, allowing all the drivers to be okay after the few incidents we've had early on. But man, a crazy race, a few crazy battles here and there. But Jimmie Johnson once again comes out on top. So that's gonna do it, but I need to know which race. Obviously, you know, if I'm missing a video here, or if something got corrupted, then was it Richmond? Doggone it, I think it was Richmond. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Hope to see you guys next time, and until then, peace.